What it do, folks? What it do? Quick recap of Sunday's action, round two of the women's NCAA playoffs. That Duke Oregon game was everything. Duke playing without Toby Fournier, the best player, freshman, leading scorer. Oregon, Oregon coming in with something to prove. Duke got the win. It was a big win for Duke. This was a super competitive game. Probably the best game out of the slate of games in the second round that was played on Sunday. Deja Kelly was cooking. I like Deja Kelly. Not sure where her draft status is going to be, but if I'm to be honest, if I'm coaching in the WNBA, I'm going guards this draft. I'm not really concerned with these forwards. Morrow doesn't impress me. Kiki Irifin doesn't impress me. The guards are everything. There's a slew of guards, slew of forwards that are talented and athletic, and it's a deep draft. To be honest, people saying it's not a good draft because I saw a lot of teams moving out of the first round. Like the Connecticut Sun, they're going to be able to pick up some solid players, and Deja Kelly's one of those players that's going to have a nice career in the WNBA. Kind of reminds me of a quicker Chelsea Gray, can facilitate, but she can score. I mean, she can score. She's from a powerhouse down here in Texas, Duncanville. She can play. The next game I watched was that Notre Dame Michigan game. This one wasn't close. 76-55, Michigan took the L. Michigan, a young team. Notre Dame got back on they got the ship righted. And Coach Ivy, she did the right thing. These girls had to get together and they had to have a powwow. And that's what they were missing. They missed that edge. And Notre Dame's defense fuels their offense, and they were in those pockets. They were blocking shots, getting steals. They were getting back to Notre Dame basketball that made them the number one team in the country before they took those two back-to-back losses at North Carolina State and Florida State. But this was a dominant performance. The next game I watched was that South Carolina-Indiana game. Rematch of last year. Close, low scoring early. South Carolina picked the defense up, and Don Staley, the son of them great coaches, Don Staley, I put Noah Ivy in there, and of course, I love Gino Auriemma. Those coaches they let those players figure it out. And they might say one or two things, but they let the players take control of that locker room and get their stuff in order when things are chaotic. South Carolina was turnover, sloppy play early, picked it up defensively in the second half, and came out with a big win. And they needed a test like this because sometimes you go through rolling folks, and they had been rolling people. UConn and South Carolina had been rolling folks. And so it was good to get them a competitive matchup that let them say, you know what, okay, hey, we got to really lock down. Next game I watched was that TCU Louisville game. TCU got the win 85-70. Excuse me. Haley Van Leith with a solid. She's just solid. She's solid. And it's good she went to TCU and showed what she really had, because she probably would have been a early two, late second round pick, and probably wouldn't even made a roster last year in the W. But now she's probably going to push herself into that first round, and is a solid guard that can actually shoot, and a hell of a free throw shooter. They got the win. Played a young Louisville team, I think, with 9 freshmen. Jada Curry went off, though. I like her game. I like short guards that are explosive. Jada Curry was balling. She was doing everything she could to get them back in the game. If they had more time, this one got close late in the fourth, and then Haley hit a couple shots to push the lead out, and they won by 15. But Louisville's going to be an up and coming team for years to come. That coach has the cupboards full. Shout out to Louisville. It was a good game. Ohio State lost to Tennessee. This was a good game too. 82-67. I used to watch Tennessee when I was younger. Of course, you see Candace Parker behind me, so I always root for Tennessee. I didn't get to see this game. UCLA smacked Richmond. I didn't watch that game either because that first UCLA game against Southern, it was for HBCU. It was the most competitive of the early first round. I just didn't want to watch UCLA 2 games in a row, so I skipped. I skipped the Tennessee game and I skipped UCLA, but I'll definitely be watching those when they play in the next round. But that was the second round. This second round was so much better than that first round. Those beat downs of those HBCUs and those small schools, it was terrible, terrible to watch. Hard to watch bad basketball. Looking forward to Monday. Some nice games. That Iowa-Oklahoma game with that coach for Oklahoma playing her alma mater. That's always a nice story when you can get those revisionist stories in a matchup. So I'm looking forward to seeing that game and especially LSU, see what they got. Florida State, Tania Latson, no joke. She's no joke. No joke. Gonna be a great player at the next level. But let me know what you guys thought about the second round. Leave your comments below. Until next time, peace.